Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah 62. For Zion's sake, I will not keep silent, and for Jerusalem's sake, I will not keep quiet, until her righteousness goes forth like brightness, and her salvation like a torch that is burning. The nations will see your righteousness, and all kings your glory, and you will be called by a new name, which the mouth of Yahweh will designate. You will also be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh, and a turban of royalty in the hand of your God. It will no longer be said to you, forsaken, nor to your land will it any longer be said, desolate. But you will be called, my delight is in her. And your land married, for Yahweh takes pleasure in you, and to him your land will be married. For as a young man marries a virgin, so your sons will marry you. And as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so your God will rejoice over you. On your walls, O Jerusalem, I have appointed watchmen. All day and all night they will never keep silent. You who remind Yahweh, take no rest for yourselves, and give him no rest until he establishes and sets Jerusalem as a praise in the earth. Yahweh has sworn by his right hand and by his strong arm, I will never again give your grain as food for your enemies, nor will foreigners drink your new wine for which you have labored. But those who collect it will eat it and praise Yahweh, and those who gather it will drink it in the courts of my sanctuary. Go through the gates, clear the way for the people, build up the highway. Remove the stones, raise up a standard over the peoples. Behold, Yahweh has announced to the end of the earth, say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your salvation comes, behold, his reward is with him, and his recompense before him, and they will call them the holy people, the redeemed of Yahweh. And you will be called sought out, a city not forsaken. Okay. Now some may wonder, like, why I just focus on right now on stuff like this. Why don't I talk about all the chapters where God, the prophecies of Israel going to exile and being banished and, defeated, destroyed by their enemies. And the simple answer to that is because we're past that point. All those prophecies have been fulfilled. Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, then the Arabs, and then let's see, Britain took the land, and then went back to Israel. So we've passed the point of Israel being exiled and defeated and humiliated and put to shame and all that. That's I wouldn't say all, because we haven't gotten here yet. I guess that's my point. My point is, these prophecies, these are the ones that have not been fulfilled yet. The ones about Israel being forsaken to her enemies. Yeah, that was done with Babylon and Persia and Greece and Rome and like Arabs and etc. etc. It's been a long episode. But this is the next This is the next thing to expect. This is the thing that has not happened yet. And that's why I'm looking more at these. The whole reestablishment of Israel, that was prophesied. And again, that we saw that happen. That was prophesied back. Moses prophesied it. Let's see here. And others prophesied it. Isaiah prophesied it. Jeremiah prophesied it. All that. Let's see here. And Yahweh your God will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will prosper you and multiply you more than your fathers. Okay, this is after then Yahweh your God will return you from captivity and return his compassion on you, and he will gather you again from all the peoples where Yahweh your God has scattered you. See, this is the amazing thing about this, again, is Moses prophesied this, and Moses never entered the land of Canaan. God wouldn't allow Moses to go in. So this is before Israel ever took Canaan, and God prophesied to Israel before the land was ever taken that they were going to break their covenant with God, and God would end up sending them into exile. Let's see, and the land would be left desolate. And all the nations will say, why has Yahweh done thus to this land? Why this great burning anger? So right here, all is land is brimstone and salt, a burning waste, unsown, and nothing sprouting, and no grass grows in it, like the overflow of Sodom and Gomorrah, which Yahweh overthrew in his anger and his wrath. So the prophecy of Israel being defeated by their enemies and going to an exile is all in the Bible. Is, you know, Moses prophesied it, and later the Hosea and Ezekiel and Jeremiah and Isaiah, and they all prophesied it. But they also prophesied that they would come back. Yahweh your God will return you from captivity. Yahweh your God will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will prosper you and multiply you more than your fathers. And there's also a prophecy that there's going to be a great harvest and revival. Yahweh your God will circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed to love Yahweh your God with all your heart, with all your soul, so that you may live. And Yahweh your God will inflict all these curses on your enemies and on those who hate you. I will curse those who curse you. Yeah, that theme is in and out of the Bible too, y'all. Again, it might be worded differently, but the meaning is still there. So, anyway, the reason why I focus on these more than the whole you're going to get defeated by your enemies and kicked out of the land is because we're past that point. We're past Israel being in exile. We're on the other side of that. We're even past the point where God promised he would reestablish Israel. Israel's not quite to the point where it talks about the nations will see your righteousness and all kings your glory, and you will be called a new name, which the mouth of Yahweh will designate. You will also be a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh, and a turban of royalty in the hand of God. And right here it says, watchmen. All day and all night they will never keep silent. You who remind Yahweh, take no rest for yourself, and give him no rest until he establishes and sets Jerusalem as a praise in the earth. We're not here yet. This is the prophecy that is yet to be fulfilled. So, and they will call him the holy people, the redeemed of Yahweh, and you will be called sought out, a city not forsaken. So you say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your salvation comes, behold, his reward is with him, and his recompense before him. Okay. So the reason why I focus more on this is because we're not there yet. All this stuff about going into exile and being scattered to the lands of their enemies, we're on the other side of that. This is what we have yet to see. But I think we're going to see it. The Holy Spirit. I think this is contrary to the replacement theology. Because the idea of the replacement theology is that the church is going to take Israel's place. But I am sorry, guys, I just don't see it. I don't see it. You know, God gave Israel promise through Isaiah, through Jeremiah, through Hosea, you know, through all these biblical prophets, right? God gave them Ezekiel, all those guys. God gave them a promise, and his promise was that, first off, God made Israel. If it weren't for Yahweh, Israel wouldn't have happened, because when they were in the wilderness, the Exodus would not have happened without Yahweh. All the 10 plagues and all that. But then when Israel was in the wilderness, remember, and they faced some hard tests. And there were times where Israel was like, we're going to just do mutiny. We're going to stone Moses, and we're going to go back to Egypt. And Yahweh had to intervene multiple times. And it is a pretty fun story to read. Sometimes you're tempted to be like, judgmental. But then if you really put yourself in their shoes, it's also humbling. I think of the first test, which was no water in the desert 3 days. Now just think of that. No water in a desert 3 days. Experts say you are on the verge of death. At that point, you're literally on the verge of death. And when people get on the verge of death, they lose their minds. And it was a test to see if they would trust Yahweh. And they didn't pass it. But my point in all that is to say that if it weren't for Yahweh, Israel would have gone back to Egypt and never would have become a nation. So the only reason why there is a Israel, past or present, is because Yahweh literally made it happen. He literally made it happen. And Yahweh made a covenant, and that was that one day Israel would basically be the epicenter of his kingdom on earth. Let's see here. Is it in this chapter? There was a chapter that talked about the kings of the earth would go to Israel. I mean, this chapter is pretty much kind of like the same lines about But you will be called priests of Yahweh. You will be spoken as ministers of God. You will eat the wealth of nations, and the glories you will boast. Oh gosh, all this stuff, guys. You will also suck the milk of nations and suck the breast of kings. Then you will know that I, Yahweh, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the Mighty One of Jacob. Instead of bronze, I will bring gold, and instead of iron, I will bring silver. Instead of wood, bronze, instead of stone, iron. Now I will make peace your overseer. Okay, this is 60. Oh my gosh, yeah, this chapter here, this is like, if you want to know what Jesus, and I say Jesus because I believe he's the King of Israel. If you want to know what the Israel is going to be under the King of Kings, read Isaiah 60. Foreigners will build, I think maybe this is what I was thinking. Foreigners will build your walls, and their kings will minister to you. For in my wrath I struck you, and in my favor I have had compassion on you. Your gates will be open continually. They will not be closed day or night, so that men may bring to you the wealth of the nations, with their kings led in procession. For the nation and the kingdom which will not serve you will perish, and the nations will surely be laid waste. Wow. Okay, so if you want to know what Israel will be like in the God's new kingdom, read Isaiah 60. But like I said, this stuff hasn't happened yet. we got Israel in exile. They were in exile for like well over 1,000 years. Yeah, about 2,000. Well over 2,000 years they were in exile. So these are the prophecies that haven't happened yet. But if you want to know what Israel will be like in the coming kingdom, read Isaiah 60. And yeah, it's amazing.